flavor. Because whatever you put inside to season these ribs in the pressure cooker has now been forced into each rib, even into the bones. It's so flavorful. This is an extraordinary little machine, and I call it little because it's only 2 quart in capacity. But it has been an overwhelming customer request. It has been wildly popular, but today we find ourselves at a crossroads. You see, because we're down to our final quantities. We're not going to get a reorder on this particular model. Doesn't mean we won't do a 2 quart again. Just means we can't get this model back in stock. So what we're doing to clear our inventory is taking a top shelf item and bringing it to you tonight or today at a rock bottom price. So here you're getting the 2 quart digital stainless steel pressure cooker you've been asking for, and you're getting it not at its normal retail price of $51.66. You're going to get it for $16.68 less. And then with the free shipping and handling, you're paying $22.18 less.
Amazing.
Delivered to your door. Chef Joe McAllister is back with us. Hi, sir.
Thank you,
Good
David.
to see you, as
Hello,
always.
everyone. Good to
this
be
is
back.
such an exciting item. You and I presented this the other night on QVC2. It was very popular at on that evening as well. What's great about this is that our folks are saying, we want enough to cook for 2,
right,
and have a little left over for the next day.
That's exactly right. And when you cook an entire rack of ribs, you do have enough for 2, and those ribs are tender, and you're saving lots and lots of time. In many cases, you're saving up to half the time it would normally take by conventional means. That is to say, you mop the ribs with sauce, you put them in the oven, you steam them, and then you maybe grill them afterwards. The time and that goes into that, and the effort that goes into that, you're cutting that down to just minutes.
This deal is amazing. These colors are beautiful.
Yes.
Stainless steel is going to be our most popular. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat.
That's a classic.
Every single time we present this, stainless steel is the #1 most popular, and it will probably be the first to sell out. Grab it while you can. From there, we move right into cinnamon. Beautiful. That metallic finish is so gorgeous.
Exactly.
Then from there, we go to eggplant, that gorgeous eggplanty purple. From eggplant, we move right into copper. This is the one that Stacy owns. She loves this one. She calls it her cutie. And then moving down, if you'll grab that bowl, Chef Joe, we're showing you the blue, then the green, but I have only 6 dozen left in the green, and those are all my color choices. This is $34.98. It's also on 5 easy payments, and it's free shipping and handling. With the reduced price and the free shipping, you are $22.18 less than retail delivered to your door. Choose the color that you love. We've got the ribs. Here come the baked beans.
Baked beans, because you cannot have that all-American picnic without the baked beans, right? And your favorite way of doing baked beans, David, look at that with the bacon.
Divine
crispy bacon right on the top. Now look at this. We've mentioned before how tiny it is. It is small, but it is mighty. And those 2 quarts are going to give you the perfect amount for your side dishes, just like this. And, you know, I could actually just take the insert out and dump all these beans out, but I want you to really see the capacity.
Wish you could smell.
Look, I know, they smell delicious, don't
amazing.
they? Yes. And again, you can do these from dried beans. Dried beans, add your ingredients. You don't need to have that soaking process overnight. You don't need to do any of that, David. Everything in the same vessel. You're cooking in one pot. You're only cleaning up that insert at the end of the day, which is a great thing. And this insert is dishwasher safe. It comes out, it's non-stick, and it's dishwasher safe.
And of course, fresh cut scallions to go on top. What could be better? Green onions, garden onions,
I know.
spring onions. This is amazing. The price on this is extraordinary. You've been asking us over and over again, please bring in the 2 quart size, because you're looking to be able to have enough for 2 people. Maybe you live alone and you're wanting to cook enough for yourself for dinner and then have leftovers for tomorrow's lunch. Easily done in this. That's what makes this size so very popular, and today the price is extraordinary. 1,000 of these are now gone,
Wow.
and I'll tell you, if you've never had grits in a pressure cooker, well, you're missing out.
That's right. Grits are incredible in the pressure cooker. Now, in this case, what we're doing is we're doing a creamy polenta.
Oh, this, well, you know, same family.
It's the same family, exactly. But you see the capacity there. And look, I still have leftovers. I've served out everything that I'm serving with this meal, and I still have leftovers in the pressure cooker, which is just amazing.
Are you serving chicken cacciatore
We
over creamy
are
polenta?
right on top of the polenta.
You
yes, exactly.
are a fine fella.
We have captured that moment. This is like a dinner in Tuscany. You have that hunter-style chicken with the mushrooms and the wine, and look at that. We're serving that right over.
You know what I usually serve over creamy polenta? Braised beef short ribs.
Oh, yes, that's one of my favorites. And beef short ribs in the pressure cooker,
how long
amazing.
do you think?
50 minutes.
50.
50 minutes. You can sear with this pressure cooker.
When I do them in my Le Creuset in the oven,
yes.
2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, at least.
Easily.
Yeah, and I'll stretch that out to 4 hours because I really want it just
Fall
up and off the bone. That's exactly right.
Word.
But you can see how incredible that is, and I still have leftovers.
Let me just tell you real quickly, we've now taken orders for 1,300 of these are gone, and when they're gone, Chef Joe, they're gone for good. Just hit the highlights here for us.
So right here, when you look at let's just look at the rump roast because that's going to be like your flank steak or your chuck steak. So if you're doing a pot roast, you can see that under conventional methods, 35 minutes per pound. We're cutting that down to 12 minutes per pound in the pressure cooker. That's what I said, 12 minutes per pound, which means that a 2-pound pot roast, after you sear it, is done in 50 minutes, just 50 minutes. Look at your poultry. So if you do, for example, a Cornish game hen in here, about a 2-pound bird, you can cut your cook time down from 24 minutes per pound to just 5 minutes per pound.
Chef Joe, we've just sold out of green, but I know you have some gorgeous pot roast in here. I believe it's pot roast.
We actually have for the
you're making tacos.
Yes,
oh,
sir.
okay.
So let's do that.
Let's do that real quickly,
right
but
now.
I will tell you the green has sold out.
Okay. So
we wanted to show you these tacos.
Yeah, I just want you to see how tender that is. So we're using a chuck steak here, and what we did is we seared that ahead of time. We used the searing option that's on one of your presets. We sear it, and then we put our sauce in.
Amazing.
I know, isn't it? It smells
So you did
phenomenal.
a chuck roast, and you turned it into
a taco
meat.
That's exactly right. So
I've
we're
got
gonna
the pico de gallo.
and we're gonna add a little cheese on top of that, and then you can do that. And then, David, of course, we took your ingredients for the potato salad today. We did steamed potatoes with this, but we're using your recipe for the ingredients. So all of those components of that potato salad are now together.
I'm so glad you did this because as much as I love cold potato salad, I love warm potato salad even more.
That's right.
And you can make my recipe today and mix it with warm potatoes and serve it warm.
That's an incredible
Because all those ingredients will lend themselves to a warm potato.
There you
and then
go.
just hit it with a lot of salt and pepper and you're
There
ready
you
to
go.
roll.
Look
That's
at
my
that.
loaded potato salad but served warm. Oh,
how wonderful.
delightful.
Thank
That's
you
a
for
rib
sharing
sticker
that
right
with
there.
us. Yes.
Woo!
Thank you for sharing that
Hey,
with us
can I
today.
tell you about colors again? Reminding you also that we've taken orders for 1,700 of these are now gone. Here is your stainless steel, wildly most popular. Then I'll move the baked beans out of the way so you can see the red. Or
That's
is that
right.
cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. This is eggplant. From eggplant, we go to copper. From copper, we're moving right into blue. And that is all.
There we go. Matching back to my coat. There we go. So let's take a look at this control panel right here. So what we'll do is we'll turn that off. We're going to hit the menu button. And you see right away with the menu button that we have the first selection. High pressure, that's 15 pounds per square inch. Low pressure is 7.5 pounds per square inch. The keep warm function, which will go on for 8 hours. Once this completes its cycle, it actually switches over to keep warm. And then, of course, you have your slow cooking, if you want to do a crock pot style. And then down at the bottom, you see we have the searing option. So if you want to brown that chuck roast before we make the pot roast, there you go. And then you have the chili or stew option, which is a preset for 15 minutes. Yes, I said 15 minutes. Chili done in 15 minutes, fully cooked. Eggs, hard-cooked eggs that actually peel from the shell and don't fall apart. They're done in 6 minutes, and then rice in 8 minutes. It's a perfect rice cooker, and also for your side dishes. How is that?
This chuck taco.
Yeah, and the taste, right?
Crazy.
And all of that flavor is just infused in because you're trapping all the moisture, all the flavor, all the components.
I took an extra big bite and was a little nervous because I was like, oh, well, I'll be able to chew it up before Joe finishes talking. It melted on my tongue.
Yes,
Are you
of
kidding?
course it did.
Completely fell apart.
Yes.
We've got time for a quick phone call. We're going to welcome Carolyn in Maryland.
Nice.
Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're great. I wish you were here to help me with these chuck tacos.
I wish I was too.
Woo, Carolyn, I'm telling you what, I'm never going to make a taco another way. That is amazing.
That's right.
Really?
So talk to us, Carolyn. Did you order one of these tonight, or do you already own it?
I already have it. I got it a couple weeks ago. I got the blue.
Okay.
Good for you.
And I do have a couple questions.
Please, of course.
I did the eggs in it, and they came out fine. I did do a small pot roast, and it really spit and sputtered a lot of stuff out of the top. what did I do wrong? Did I have it too full or what?
Yeah, most likely it's too full. So what I would do is I would work with a 1 to 1.5 pound chuck roast,
Okay.
and then your other ingredients you can actually add a little bit later in the process, because as you probably discovered, it doesn't take very long for this to
No, it
pressure
doesn't.
down, you know, because it's a smaller unit, and that's fine, which means that you can add those vegetables a little bit later. But I would use the maximum fill line, and you won't have that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what happened. And then how do I do mac and cheese in that 2-quart pot?
Right. So you're going to start with your dry ingredients, so your elbow macaroni or whatever pasta you use,
Right.
in with your liquid. So your cheese and your cream and whatever else you're using as your ingredients. Maybe add your bacon and your tomatoes later
Okay.
if you like
How
those.
much mac and how much cheese and how much broth?
That's a good question. So with a 2-quart capacity, I would say you're not going to use more than a half a pound of pasta at a time.
True.
Okay.
Okay? And then with the cheese and your liquid, you want to have at least 2 cups total to make that nice and moist.
Exactly.
Okay, that's 2 cups of liquid?
Yeah, well, cheese and liquid combined,
Oh,
about 2 cups.
Cheese and liquid combined.
And
Okay.
Carolyn, what I would suggest, in place of water, use chicken broth.
Yes.
Right.
Because
Right.
the chicken broth
Great
adds great
idea.
flavor to the pasta.
Right.
Otherwise, I think the pasta comes out a little more bland.
Yeah. yeah.
So use a nice chicken broth in there. But what Chef Joe was saying is a cup of the broth, and then your cheeses and your creams would equal the other cup.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So the cream and cheese would be 1 cup total.
Yeah,
Correct.
so you have 3 cups of ingredients going in, producing 2 quarts total coming out.
And 2 cups of broth.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
And
I would use
half
1
a pound
cup.
of the mac.
Yes.
So half pound of mac, 1 cup of broth, and 1 cup of cream and cheese combined.
Combined.
Okay, right.
So
Okay,
there you
got it.
go. And I think you'll have no issues whatsoever.
And then we'll be over for dinner.
Yes, that's right.
See, anyway, so
Yeah, they're not that far away.
I was telling the operator I have the 2 quart, the 4 quart, the 6 quart, and I have the Instant Pot.
Wow.
You've got the great one for every occasion, don't you?
That's right.
And
You're
it's
ready to open a
only
buffet.
me.
Well, Carolyn, we're all out of time, sadly, but we hope you and your family have a really marvelous Memorial Day weekend. Stick around. We've got one more item to share with you.
I know, and I'm going to order that. I know what it is. I'm going to order it.
Good for you. Good for you. Enjoy. And Chef Joe and I both wish you all the best for the holiday,
Yes.
okay?
Okay,
Happy
and you
holidays.
too. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
How many
Thank
gone
you
now,
very
Mike?
much.
3,000 are gone now. And I'm going to tell you one thing, Chef Joe. This chuck is just about the best thing I've ever eaten. Oh, I've got to keep moving, don't I? Yeah, right. I'm just going to carry this with me.